In a small, quiet town surrounded by thick, misty woods, there lived a man named Daniel. He was known for his constant smile, no matter what life threw at him. People admired him, though some whispered that no one could be that happy all the time. But Daniel had a secret. Every night, Daniel's dreams were haunted by a dark figure that whispered terrible things in his ear. "You will lose everything," it hissed. "Your happiness is a lie." But every morning, Daniel would wake up, shake off the fear, and smile. He believed that if he could hold on to his happiness, nothing could harm him. One evening, as Daniel was closing up his small shop, a strange customer walked in. The man was tall, with deep-set eyes and a voice that seemed to echo. He looked around, touching the items on the shelves with long, bony fingers. "You always smile," the man said, his voice low and unsettling. "But tell me, Daniel, can you smile through everything?" Daniel felt a chill run down his spine, but he forced a smile. "Of course," he replied. "Life is too short to waste on sadness." The man leaned closer. "What if I told you that your smile will be tested tonight?" Daniel's heart raced, but he kept smiling. "I'll pass any test." The man smirked and left the shop without another word. That night, as Daniel walked home, the mist in the woods grew thicker, swallowing the path in front of him. The trees seemed to close in, and the air grew colder. Suddenly, he heard footsteps behind him. He turned around, but no one was there. He quickened his pace, his smile faltering for the first time. The footsteps grew louder, closer. Panic started to creep in, but Daniel forced himself to keep smiling. "You won't break me," he whispered to the darkness. Then, out of the mist, the dark figure from his nightmares appeared, blocking his path. Its eyes were hollow, and its mouth twisted into a cruel grin. "Still smiling, Daniel?" it taunted. Daniel's heart pounded, but he managed to nod. "Yes," he said, though his voice trembled. "I have to." The figure moved closer. "Let's see how long that lasts." Suddenly, the ground beneath Daniel's feet began to crumble, and he found himself falling into a deep, dark pit. He hit the bottom with a thud, the air knocked out of him. The darkness was suffocating, and the cold seeped into his bones. But even then, Daniel refused to give in to despair. He closed his eyes and focused on the memories that made him happy, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of friends, the simple joy of a new day. Slowly, a faint light appeared above him. The more he focused on his happiness, the brighter the light grew, until it was strong enough to lift him out of the pit. When Daniel opened his eyes, he was back on the path, the mist clearing around him. The dark figure was gone. Daniel let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding and smiled, this time genuinely. He realized that happiness wasn't about denying fear or pain. It was about choosing to find light in the darkest moments. And as he walked home, Daniel knew that no matter what life threw at him, he would always find a reason to smile. But from that day on, his smile held a new strength, a strength forged in the heart of darkness.